You may now begin your presentation.
From the continent of Africa,
the country Nigeria,
the most populous black nation in the world,
with a population of over 130 million people and an ethnic diversity of over 300 ethnic groups and 500 different indigenous languages, Nigeria is a country that has a GDP of 72 billion US dollars, a per capita of 390 US dollars, with an unemployment rate of 6.1%. Our economy depends slightly on the oil sector because we are the 6th largest producer of crude oil in the world, and that sector contributes 98% to our export earnings and 1/3 to our GDP. A country with this enormous wealth still have citizens living below $1 a day, and yet they are called the happiest people on earth because of their fighting spirit to survive hunger, poverty, and different religious and political crises. But we believe that our country has a large reserve of human and natural resources that has the potential of building the most prosperous economy in the world. So we are out to change one person, one family, and one community through all our educational outreach projects.
And from the melting pot of Kaduna City in northern Nigeria comes Kaduna Polytechnic.
Kaduna Polytechnic was established 49 years ago and has since grown to become the largest polytechnic in sub-Saharan Africa with 4 campuses and 38 academic disciplines. Our institution is contributing annually to Nigeria's technological manpower base.
In 2004, our SIFE team was officially enrolled and has since then carried out 25 educational outreach projects, which met all SIFE judging criteria. 8 of these projects will be presented to you today to demonstrate how they met the SIFE judging criteria. The judges, special guests of honor, SIFE students around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Edwin Odeiga from Department of Mathematics and Computer Science major.
Hi, I'm Salamatu Yahya, Marketing, Purchasing and Supply Department, Marketing major.
Hello, I'm Belo Kuntemitokwe, Agricultural Engineering Department, Farm Power Machinery major.
And I'm Doris Adeyemi, Applied Science Department, Microbiology major.
Hi, I'm Shane Makoshi, Mechanical Engineering Department, Production Technology major.
And we represent
SIFE Nigeria
and
Kaduna Polytechnic.
Our SIFE mission is to foster entrepreneurship culture in our society through the teaching of the principles of free enterprise.
And our goal for achieving this mission is to educate and empower target groups to help them reach their full economic potentials.
To achieve this goal, our SIFE team launched 4 educational programs, namely Globalization, Bridging the Digital Divide, the sustainable growth and development of small and medium-scale enterprises, as well as a program in ethics and corporate social responsibility. These programs provide a guide for our outreach projects. Let's take a look at our first program on globalization. In today's global marketplace that transcends borders and continents, globalization has become a very important concept in world economics. Therefore, our program on globalization seeks to provide potential entrepreneurs with the knowledge and skills needed as entrepreneurs to successfully compete in today's global marketplace.
And on the second program, today more than ever, information and communication technology is shaping the way we do business in a global economy. So in light of emerging technologies, our SIFE team saw the need to help bridge the gap that exists between developing and developed countries as regards information and communication technology. Therefore, we embarked on this program, Bridging the Digital Divide for the Next Generation.
And our third program is on the sustainable growth and development of small and medium-scale enterprises. Current world economic reports have revealed that small and medium-scale enterprises contribute to the growth and development of a nation's economy. And we believe that small and medium-scale enterprises can play an important role in the growth and development of Nigeria's economy if they are fostered in our society.
Practicing business in an ethical and socially responsible manner is of utmost importance as it promotes the principles of a market economy. Therefore, in our aim to teach ethics in business and also encourage social responsibilities amongst corporate bodies to help stem pervasive corruption and unethical practices in our society, we designed our final and fourth program, Ethics and Corporate Social Responsibility.
At this point, we will now demonstrate how these programs innovatively and creatively helps in meeting self-judging criteria. Criteria 1, how free market works in a global economy. Under this, we came up with 2 projects, global trade and ability and disability.
Global trade plays a very important part to the economic development of every nation. And therefore, in 2004, we set out to create a new learning experience for secondary school students around the world on how free market works in a global economy. Project G-Trade is an interactive role-play model where secondary school students from one country are linked to secondary school students from another country, one acting as a buyer and the other as a seller, to simulate the processes involved in international trade via the use of the internet, particularly the electronic mail.
G-Trade actually started as a pilot simulation program involving high school students from 6 states in Nigeria. The students were taught the practical concepts of international trade as it relates to imports and exports. They were linked with high school students from around the world where they simulated the processes involved in international trade. And at the end of this exercise, the students learned about currency exchange, business ethics, and the key documents involved in international trade.
To actualize the practical aspect of what we taught during the simulation exercise in 2004, we took advantage of the Nigerian government's policy on cassava exportation to explore export opportunities for local cassava farmers. We took this project to a remote area in northern Nigeria, and this is what we did.
With sources from the International Institute of Tropical Agriculture, Nigeria, we introduced these farmers to improve method of growing cassava and also how to make this cassava into finished goods to meet the international market standard, such as making them into chips, pellets, flour, and starch. To also encourage farmers that do not produce cassava in large quantities, we helped them form cooperatives to meet the consumers' demand at the international market.
By utilizing the internet, we created a database for these local cassava producers and international buyers on our website. And we hope that by creating these export opportunities for these local cassava producers, it will help to reduce Nigerian dependence on oil sector, which is the major source of revenue for our country. And we are glad to let you know that today, these local cassava producers are on their way to becoming part of the global market.
It is very pathetic to know that in the Nigerian society today, the number of disabled is greatly increasing, and this is as a result of genetic mutation. This is a childbirth and infancy, accident, crisis, to mention but a few. And these disabled depend on their families, their friends, and the nation at large for survival. And many of these disabled do not get the love and care that they need to live, and has led them into begging, and has in turn increased the number of destitutes in our society. Therefore, in our aim to teach that there is usefulness in every disabled, no matter our handicap, we designed a project, AID, an acronym for Ability in Disability.
A very good example of ability in disability is John Fope, an American who was born without hands. But it's very amazing what he can do, even in his disability. He types on a computer, drives a car, works for himself and his immediate family. His visit recently to Nigeria inspired us to help disabled find ability in their disability. Through collaboration with the Kaduna State Rehabilitation Center in Kaduna City, Nigeria, this project was aimed at encouraging disabled to leave the streets and shun begging and come down to the rehabilitation center where they can acquire education and vocational skills to help them in life, as well as get the love and care that they do not get out there on the streets. During this project, these disabled were taken through skills acquisition courses by resource persons at the rehabilitation center, and amazingly, some of them learned skills such as weaving, knitting, shoemaking, and animal husbandry. SIFE students taught them marketing strategies for their products using the 4 P's of marketing, which are product, price, place, and promotion. In 4 sessions, we taught them these 4 basic principles. In our first session, we talked about the product.
Following the marketing philosophy, which sees the consumer as a king, we taught these disabled how they can identify a product needed in a given society towards satisfying their consumers, considering the 4 W's and 1 H of marketing, which are what to produce, where this product can be sold, whom this product is meant for, when this product can be marketable, and how the aforementioned plan can be carried out effectively and efficiently by an entrepreneur to successfully compete in a global economy.
In our second session, we taught the concept of price.
Price is very important in the 4 P's of marketing. Price is the exchange value for goods and services supplied. Therefore, they were taught on how to fix prices that reflect market conditions of similar products in our markets.
In our third session, we taught the place in marketing. These disabled were taught how to identify marketplaces where they can profitably sell their goods. And in our fourth and final session, we talked on the importance of promotion.
To help them succeed in their businesses and also to promote their products in the competitive market economy. We taught them on the 4 tools of promotion, which are advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, and publicity.
As part of our efforts to help these disabled successfully compete in today's global marketplace, our SIFE team developed a showroom on our website, and we hope that through this, they will be able to find markets for their products, both locally and internationally.
And through this project, these disabled have found ability in their disability, and we hope that the dependency rates amongst these disabled will reduce drastically.
Criterion 2. How an entrepreneur can identify a market need and profitably produce a good or service to fill that need. And on that, we came up with 2 projects: Women Empowerment Initiative and Youth Empowerment Scheme.
Women Empowerment Initiative was a project we carried out last year. This project was aimed at providing entrepreneurial training to the women in our society on how they can utilize the natural resources to create wealth for themselves, as well as identifying the market need and profitably producing and marketing a product or service to fill that need. We taught these women how they can extract cooking oil from groundnuts using 100% local technology. And today, 11 of these women are income earners.
That was in 2004, but this year, our SIFE team more than ever was spurred to empower more women. This we did by taking our Women Empowerment Initiative to a farming village where they farm soybeans in very large quantity. But surprisingly, these women don't know what else to do with soybeans except sell it to the open market. Therefore, we taught these women how to make and market milk and cheese from soybeans. They were taught packaging techniques, marketing strategies, and we stressed the importance of hygiene following the Food and Drug Administration regulations in Nigeria.
And today, these women do not only sell their products directly to the buyers, but can also create more wealth for themselves by selling the derivatives of soybeans.
Well, it is an obvious fact that we're all gathered here today in Toronto, Canada, because youths have something to offer. Youths are very important members of their communities and should contribute to the growth and development of that community. But it is very sad today to note that a large number of our youths are either unemployed or school dropouts, and this has led youths to be involved in crimes such as armed robbery, drug abuse and trafficking, and other social vices which are detrimental to the growth and development of our societies. Therefore, we came up with a project, Youth Empowerment Scheme, aimed at making youths realize that they could be responsible as well as productive members of our communities.
It was a training program designed to be executed on a quarterly basis. And in the first quarter outreach last year, we introduced 60 of the school dropouts and unemployed youth through the act of making and marketing a locally made Nigerian attire, Adire.
Due to our impact on these Nigerian youths during the quarterly training in 2004, the Kaduna State Governor and the National Directorate for Employment in Nigeria saw the need to involve our SIFE team in the rehabilitation of drug addicts, the recruitment and training of 35,000 youths, including these drug addicts, for vocational training. We taught them personal financial success skills, management skills, as well as business ethics, which were not part of the NDE curriculum.
These youths have not only acquired vocational training, but have also learned financial management skills, ethics in business, and the general concepts of entrepreneurship to enable them manage their businesses effectively. The NDE is also providing working tools as well as soft loans through microcredits to enable these youth start of their own real-time businesses.
In conclusion, we project that 30,000 new businesses can be created through this collaborative effort with the National Directorate for Employment and the Kaduna State Government.
Criterion 3. The personal, entrepreneurial, communication, technological, and financial management skills needed by an entrepreneur to successfully compete. We came up with 2 projects, eKids Academy and BEST.
In a weekend parlor center organized by our SIFE team last year, to gather experience on how to launch an eKids Academy, the first of its kind in northern Nigeria, we introduced primary school pupils between the ages of 8 and 13 into a world of e-business. We developed the learning curriculum with which we taught these kids the fundamentals of simple web page design using Microsoft Front Page. We didn't stop there. They were also taught business ethics, the use of the credit card, the meaning of the internet as well as its uses for communication, entertainment, e-shopping, and e-banking. Through collaborative effort from the Information and Communication Center, Kaduna Polytechnic, we carried out this project on a weekend basis, and it lasted for a period of 4 months.
Based on the success achieved last year during the pilot program, our SIFE team has successfully launched the eKids Academy, the first of its kind in northern Nigeria, and is in the process of publishing ebooks for kids, which is based on the learning curriculum that was developed during that pilot program, all in our own little way to help bridge the digital divide for the next generation of entrepreneurs in our country.
The kids' knowledge of e-business showed 41% as the pretest, and the post-test showed a 7% increase in their knowledge of e-banking, e-shopping, communication, and entertainment. And as a continuous program, we hope it should last as long as Kaduna Polytechnic SIFE Team Nigeria lasts.
Based on the need to provide an outstanding opportunity for high school students to complete real-life business and social ventures to improve their communities and advance entrepreneurship learning, we embarked on a project, BEST, Building Entrepreneurial Skills for Tomorrow.
In line with our mission, which is fostering entrepreneurship culture in our society through the teaching of the principles of free enterprise, and in accordance with the motto of SIFE, which is changing the world, we embark on this project to teach these high school students the significance of creating a better future via entrepreneurship education and community service learning for a better tomorrow.
In building entrepreneurs for the future, only the best is required. And to get the best, we organized the workshop for different high school students and their coordinators, where they were taught the principles of free enterprise. In the course of that workshop also, they were taken through carrying out community outreach projects that will impact and affect the lives of their host communities positively. Report writing, project presentation, and the technical aspects involved in project presentation using ICT, that is information and communication technology.
Guided by our SIFE team members who provided mentorship for this high school student within a period of 3 months, they were able to carry out educational outreach projects as it regards to personal financial management skills, business practices, use of the information and communication technology, and social responsibilities. Also, as an exposition organized by our SIFE team, these students were able to showcase their project as a live and audiovisual presentation as well as a written report. And our pre-post test reveals a 75% increase in the participant knowledge of entrepreneurship education and community service.
Criterion 4, Business Ethics and Social Responsibility, with 2 projects, Power My Palms and Stop the Monster.
Some say it's a disease, some say it's a scourge, and yet others say it's a pandemic. Words as confusing as the disease itself. But the National Action Committee on AIDS in Nigeria says about 4 million Nigerians are living with the dreaded HIV, and about 1,000 of them die daily of this disease. Also, 85% of the people living with dreaded HIV/AIDS virus today got it through sexual transmission. Therefore, Power My Palms is a project designed by our SIFE team in association with WordClef and Society for Family Health to help demonstrate a practical way by which corporate bodies and non-governmental organizations can help develop entrepreneurs from commercial sex workers, one person at a time.
Through Project PIMP, we educated 23 commercial sex workers on the dangers of HIV and AIDS. We helped them identify some vocational skills like dressmaking, knitting, and hairdressing, with which they can earn a living for themselves as an alternative to the sex trade. Guided by our SIFE team, 8 of these ladies submitted simple business plans, which we presented to the Women Empowerment Foundation, and they've been given soft loans to start up their own small businesses.
Believe it or not, a total of $51 billion is lost to financial crimes every year in our country.
Yeah, though it sounds like an exaggerated statement, but it's the fact.
And this is as a result of 1,000 unethical and corrupt practices that has eaten deep into the societal fabric of our nation and has now become a monster that we are out to stop.
Project Stop the Monster was developed last year to address the negative consequences that unethical practices and pervasive corruption portends for our economy. In a well-publicized workshop organized by our SIFE team, we sensitized 1,250 participants from all walks of life on the importance of ethical behavior, as well as the adverse implication of unethical and corrupt practices to our economy. And in continuation and sustainability of this project, we embark on the second phase, and Shane will tell us more about that.
Thank you, Sally. This year, our SIFE team saw the fight against the monster called corruption as a battle that can be won. Therefore, building on our efforts over the past year, we decided to take a bottom-to-top approach. The bottom approach started in model parks, where we organized the rally and educated bus drivers, road workers, and security operatives on the importance of ethical practices and the need to frustrate extortion on our highways for economic empowerment. We carried out an analysis, and my colleague Tokwe will take us through that.
Between Lagos State in western Nigeria and Kaduna State in northern Nigeria, our survey reveals that there are 30 checkpoints, which I call extortion point. Because at this point, at least, 13 naira is being paid by drivers to officials who are supposed to be maintaining law and order in our society. We took an analysis that for a driver plying this route and pays at least 13 naira at this checkpoint, in 5 working days in a week, he'll be paying 4,500 naira. And in a month, he'll be paying 18,000 naira, which gives a total of 216,000 naira in a year, which is 1,469 US dollar equivalent, a huge amount of money, enough to invest into a small-scale business such as a barbing saloon.
We didn't just stop there. We also organized a conference involving students, youths, future policymakers, and leaders from across the country who presented papers on the topic, the effects of corruption on Nigeria's economy and possible solutions. And in the process, we developed partnership with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the key government agent in the fight against the monster called corruption.
Doris, how did you get to the top?
Yes, the result and impact made was very alarming. Many of the participants gave reasons why unethical practices prevail in our society, and they preferred solutions towards curbing these unethical practices. Recommendation from the paper presentation was presented to our House of Assembly as a communique, and it is presently being deliberated upon. Our SIFE team in our little way have contributed in changing tomorrow in our economy. We reached more people via the mass media, where we spoke on a popular radio station, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, with an estimated 1.2 million listeners. You can imagine how many people we impacted.
Well, these are our community outreach projects, and through these projects, we've been able to touch at least one life, one family, and one community. And we effectively involved our business advisory board members, community partners, faculty advisors, and SIFE alumni who helped in the planning and execution of these projects. Let's hear what some people whose life we touched have to say.
Have that problem on how to market their products. But with the ideas that people have given them now, I think most of them have got the idea.
Zai iya ce ni ma na karu da wannan bashi har a mai da shi a samu gari har kashi kamar yadda aka nuna mana ba. Ina mai cewa gari koyarwa nan wanda aka koya mana kamar da kun ce akwai adireshi wanda za ku ba da shi ga mai anguwa muna kuwa sa ido ko kuma za mu sa ido mu ga ko kuma za mu so samu wannan kajen wannan adireshi wanda cikin noma wanda za mu yi mu ma mu kawo yadda mu ma har kayakin mu za su kai ga kasan waje.
Well, personally, my SIFE experience has been a journey of self-discovery.
For me, it has inspired me to inspire my future by making me a force as strong as gravity, soaring in the wings of technology, good communication skills, and how to become an effective leader.
And through all our community outreach projects, in helping others achieve their dreams, SIFE has helped us develop leadership, teamwork, and communication skills.
SIFE has added value to our education,
helping us bridge the gap between our classroom and the working world and making us better prepared as entrepreneurs for the future.
And in giving back to the society, we have helped develop teamwork and better understanding amongst the people we network with, thereby contributing in our little way to global peace and harmony.
Making this world a better place for us
And the next generation.
Thank you for listening. I will now be glad to entertain any question from the judges.
Thank you, SIFE Nigeria. Judges, you may now begin the question and answer period.
Team Nigeria, congratulations. You've truly inspired us. One area of your presentation I'd like to ask you to elaborate on is what your decision process was in determining that you would attack the monster to stop the monster. Can you talk about what your decision process was to reach this tremendous, tremendous global challenge?
Well, the decision we took in addressing the monster called corruption is we wanted to approach it from the bottom to the top approach. Now, that was the approach we took, because we believe that when we empower people who are the masses, Now, that would give them something to do, and they will no longer be idle, and we can empower them so their minds will not be set on corrupt practices. And the top approach would be addressing it from our leaders in the country, because we've had series of poor governance and other things. So when we take that approach, we address it from both ends, and we hope that the monster will eventually die.
Also to add, we believe that from the little kids, once their mind is affected and they have the right mindset, they'll be able to grow in it and be like that when they grow. So we started from the bottom, not only from the masses, but also from the youths, because the conference was mainly organized for youths. Because once we can get the hearts of the youth to be against the monster corruption, then when they finally get to the top, they can go on with that spirit and we'll change our world. Thank you.
You are to be congratulated for an outstanding presentation, and you've chosen some very tough and very sensitive issues to deal with, all of your topics, but dealing with the ability and disability, youth empowerment, eKids Academy, and Stop the Monsters are all powerful subjects. My question of you is, in attempting to stop the monster, did you get the kind of support you were hoping for from the media? Were they cooperative and supportive of you, and were you pleased with those results in terms of the community embracing your project?
Well, absolutely. We got a lot of support from community partners, members of the media. We had the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We had members of staff who helped us in passing our message across to members of the public. We also had a member of the Kaduna State House of Assembly who helped us mobilize people from his constituency to help support our program on Stop the Monster.
And through his help also, we were able to get our communique, which was the result we gathered from our conference, to the National Assembly, and it is presently being deliberated upon. Thanks.
Thank you for a brilliant presentation, and congratulations with the very good achievements you have made. I can see from your financial report how your source of funds are and the application of the funds, but I'm unsure for how long your project has lasted. And could you in that respect elaborate on the revenue streams and the profit that the businesses have generated under the project 1 and 2?
Well, most of our resources in terms of finance gotten from our business advisory board members. They help us financially, and through their links and networks, we've been able to get to some oil companies and corporate organizations who assist us with funds. And we've invested some of our money into stocks in some banks in Nigeria, and with time, these stocks will yield some dividend, and we'll channel them back into executing our SIFE projects.
And concerning the profit made from maybe the 2 projects you mentioned, well, actually, there's a monitoring team that goes around to check all these people we have empowered to make sure that their businesses are sustained. I believe that's the first step we took, because if these businesses cannot be sustained, profit cannot be made. So we made sure that they are monitored and they are given advices at each point so that they know how to sustain their businesses, and then profit can become an issue.
And actually, some of these companies, and V-Mobile, we have MTN, and like he said, the oil company, and most of our business advisory board, they help us a lot. And I think that is what SIFE is all about.
Your time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking the Kaduna Polytechnic SIFE team from Nigeria. Judges, please remain in your seats. We'll begin the next presentation momentarily. Please remain in your seats.